It don't matter the color of the skin, either woman or man. Just let the case land. It's here, it's in safe hands. This is God work, not a fake plan. Too many kids being found in these lakes, man. This is MTGV, and you with Miss V. She keep her ear
Welcome
to
in,
the
everybody.
street, drum to a beat. This is the place that you wanna be, but all trolls we delete. You better believe. Just
Please
so
smack that
you
thumbs
know
up.
we don't go for
Shout out
those
to
that
everybody in the
stay
building.
souls. We know, but
Drop
it's
down in the
getting so
comments and
out
let
of
me know who's here.
control. Just so you
Today we're going to be talking about these
know,
twin
for
brothers.
those that
Very
stay
shady and suspicious.
souls. We know,
The story is
but it's getting
developing
so
right
out
now.
of control. Thank you for tuning in to MTGV, True Crime TV.
And we're going to get right into it. Welcome in, everybody. Shout out to everybody on the replay. Please be sure to subscribe to the channel, smack that thumbs up, and drop down in the comments and let me know what you think about what you're hearing. Like I said, this is a breaking story right now. It's developing. These 19-year-old brothers were found unalive when they were supposed to be on their way to Boston. They were found in some mountains by some hikers. So we gonna listen in.
On Bell Mountain, the bodies of twin brothers found in Towns County near the North Carolina line, 90 miles from their home in Lawrenceville. The GBI initially investigating this as a murder-suicide, but tonight the family says they're not buying it. 11 Alive's Cody Alcorn spoke with them just a few hours ago. He's live for us in our news.
Trigger words. This is a crime channel. It is 18 and up. You may hear some things that might be shocking, although it's not meant to shock anyone. These are their findings, but nobody is buying this. They don't believe that they unalived themselves. They don't even know why they were in the mountains. It don't make sense from what I heard. So we gonna make sense of this. But yeah, this is a crime channel and we talk about tough things, but it's for news reporting, educational purposes, calls to action, and all that good stuff. Welcome in, y'all.
With more on this investigation and what the family has to say, Cody.
Well, Jennifer, the brothers Kydir and Nazir Lewis were twins. The GBI says a hiker found their bodies at the top of Bell Mountain on Saturday morning. Both had been shot. The family couldn't believe it when they got the call hours later, knowing the twin brothers were supposed to be in Boston visiting friends.
We want answers. We want to know exactly what happened to the twins.
Nazir and Kydir Lewis.
Those my nephews.
Just a few weeks shy of their 20th birthday.
I can get past it. They're gone.
The twins' uncle, Raheem Bronner.
They're very protective of each other. They love each other. They're like inseparable. So I couldn't imagine them hurting each other because I never even seen them get into a fist fight before.
The GBI saying their preliminary investigation points to the twins' death being a murder-suicide.
We knew right away that wasn't true.
Family says the twins had a 7 a.m. flight to Boston last Friday.
Right there, we never heard from them. They missed their flight. We don't know what happened.
24 hours later, the twins' body found 90 miles away.
How they end out in the mountains, they don't hike out there. They've never even been out there. They don't know nothing about Hiwassee, Georgia. They never even heard of Bell Mountains. So how did they end up right there?
A mystery this family is trying to solve.
They had a huge support system. Like, we know them that they wouldn't do anything like this. So to say that they did this to each other when they come from a family of love and they love each other, they always together, we don't believe that. They didn't do this to each other. Something happened in those mountains and we want answers.
I did reach out to the GBI tonight. A spokesperson says the twins' autopsies is finished, but they're awaiting additional forensic testing to be finished, as well as the investigation portion of this before they issue a final ruling on the brothers' causes of death.
Wow. That is so unsettling. I mean, you know your family.
Another family is grieving this morning.
Okay, so this is what the GBI had to say. March 9, 2025, the Georgia Bureau of Investigations is assisting the Towns County Sheriff Office with the unaliving investigation on Bell Mountain in Hiwassee Georgia. Hikers found two men unalived at the top of Bell Mountain. The men were identified as twin brothers. I'm gonna attempt to pronounce their names. The brothers' names were Quadir Malik Lewis and Nazir Rahim Lewis, both 19, of Lawrenceville, Gwinnett County, Georgia. On Saturday, March 8th, 2025, at about 11:05 a.m., the Towns County 911 received notification that two people were found unalived at the top of Bell Mountain. The GBI was requested by the Towns County Sheriff's Office shortly after the discovery. Both men were found with gunshot wounds. Preliminary investigations reveal the unalivings to be what they just said, like they did it to themselves, self-inflicted. One did it to the other. Autopsies are pending. The investigation is active and ongoing. This is always unsettling because they gonna tell you what it is, but whose weapon was it? What was the situation? Because I thought, let's keep listening, and then I'm gonna be searching for more information.
Twin brothers just shy of their 20th birthday were found dead on the top of Bell Mountain last Saturday, 90 miles away from their home in Lawrenceville, Georgia. Their family says they were supposed to be on a flight to Boston the day before to visit friends. They also say they were shocked to learn the GBI is investigating this as a murder-suicide for now. It's a mystery they're now trying to solve.
How they end out in the mountains, they don't hike out there. They've never even been out there. They don't know nothing about Hiwassee, Georgia. They never even heard of Bell Mountains. So how did they end up right there?
Both the brothers have been shot, but their aunt and uncle do not believe that either of them would have done this.
They're very protective of each other. They love each other. They're like inseparable. So I couldn't imagine them hurting each other because I never even seen them get into a fist fight before.
They had a huge support system. Like, we know them that they wouldn't do anything like this. So to say that they did this to each other when they come from a family of love and they love each other, they always together, we don't believe that. They didn't do this to each other. Something happened in those mountains and we want answers.
We reached out to the GBI for more information. A spokesperson says the twins' autopsy is finished, but they're awaiting additional forensic tests to be finished, as well as the investigation, before they can issue a final ruling on the causes of death for these two twins.
It makes no sense at all. I mean, they were supposed to be on the flight to Boston to visit friends and end up in some mountains. Now, if they don't have cell phones and they don't have cameras and they don't have no tracking of these people, it's shady. It's going to be shady. Now, I mean, it's not unheard of that people would do this. We've heard of things like this happening before, but it just don't sound like something that they would have did. We're according to the family. Let's keep going. And it's only a couple articles. We gonna look.
And right now, the GBI is looking into two mysterious deaths after twin brothers were found dead at the top of Bell Mountain. That scene unfolding in Towns County Saturday morning. That is in far north Georgia. Here's what we know about this. The hikers, they found Quadir Lewis and Nazir Lewis, 19-year-old twins who are from Lawrenceville with apparent gunshot wounds. Investigators believe this may have been a murder-suicide, but they will not know that for sure until an autopsy is completed.
The GBI right now is looking into two deaths right now.
And then even if they do say that, how do we know that somebody didn't force them to do it? I'm leaning towards the shadiness already, because it don't make sense. If they don't have any history of mental illness or anything like this, you just heard them say that they never even got into a fight, let alone going to this extreme. Don't make sense.
These deaths happened on Bell Mountain in Towns County. Hikers found twin brothers, 19-year-olds Qadir and Nazir Lewis from Lawrenceville, shot dead at the top of the mountain. Investigators believe this may have been a murder-suicide, but they tell us the case is still under investigation.
All right, and that's all they got. So now I'm gonna go look and see what they talking about on social media to see if we can get some more information about this developing story. Wait, what is this? Oh, okay, let's turn that down. And so yeah, so I seen a few things on Facebook concerning this, so I'm gonna go there, see what we can find out. It don't make sense. Hold on. Please smack that thumbs up, y'all. Subscribe to the channel if you have not.
We want to know exactly what happened to the twin.
History on Bell Mountain.
So everybody, you know, people have started reporting this about 16 hours ago. So they missed their flight to Boston, found unalive 24 hours later in Georgia mountains.
History on Bell Mountain. The bodies of twin brothers.
And right now, I'm not finding their social medias, if they even have one. Let me see what they're saying. Give me a second, y'all. So I'm going to read a few articles that I found. Please smack that thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Drop down in the comments and let me know who's here. Shout out to riders in the building. How you doing out there? Blessings, Miss B in chat. If you keep your head on the swivel, then people in the dark skin clothing can't rob you. Man, listen. Definitely got to pay attention, but you can't prevent certain things sometimes. You can't always catch it. But we here to report it. And hoping that they get justice if it was any foul play, which I believe it off the rip. I don't believe that somebody would plan a trip to go to Boston, have flights to get there, and end up on a mountain. It just don't make sense. Another thing that we got to talk about is this war that started. Yeah, it's a lot going on, y'all. But the live stream that I have set up that will pop up after this is Naziah Harris. We have a lot of things to go over concerning that case. So if you've been following it and following me, you definitely want to tune in. All right, let me find the article I was looking at. Good Lord. So they do have a GoFundMe, I'm seeing. Let's see. I'm only seeing a screenshot though. And on this, it says they uploaded it. I mean, this was March 12th.
On Bell Mountain, the bodies of twin brothers found in Towns County near the North Carolina line, 90 miles from their...
We don't need we don't need this music.
Have y'all heard that story where the two twin boys from Georgia was found on the top of the mountains, on top of Bell Mountains, unalive? Now the police are saying this is a murder-suicide, but the family's not buying it because they're saying that these kids did not have a reason to, unalive.
These twin brothers had a flight booked for Boston at 7 a.m. last Friday, but they never made their flight. And just 24 hours later, they were found deceased in Hawaii.
So 7 a.m. on Friday, they had a flight.
Georgia up there in Bell Mountain. The milk stinks and the water stinks.
Yeah, that's a fact. It definitely does.
They were 90 miles. They were found 90 miles deceased.
90 miles.
Georgia, up there in Bell Mountain. That is Towns County. Now, the police department, GBI and all them, they are treating this as that they did it to themselves. But we know better down there in Georgia because many times they're going to cover stuff up down there in Georgia. It doesn't matter who it is. And I have no faith in them to actually get to the truth.
We want answers. We want to know exactly what happened to the twins.
They're very protective of each other. They love each other. They're like inseparable. So I can imagine them hurting each other because I never even seen them get into a fist fight before.
They've never heard from them. They missed their flight. We don't know what happened. How they end out in the mountains. They don't hike out there. They've never even been out there. They don't know nothing about Hawaii, Georgia. They never even heard of Bell Mountains. So how did it end up right there?
They had a huge support system. Like, we know them that they wouldn't do anything like this. So to say that they did this to each other when they come from a family of love and they love each other, they always together, I don't believe that. They didn't do this to each other. Something happened in those mountains and we want answers.
Now, this is Bell Mountain. This right here is it's beautiful scenery. Beautiful. But I always recommend never go up there alone. I always go with a group of 10 or more people. If you look like us. Now, I don't know if they have any upgrades up there because I've been there before in the past and it's gorgeous. But I wonder if they have any cameras in that area because that's going to tell the story. Now, let me get to the part to why I say that the milk stinks and the water stinks. And there's going to be some cover up. Now, where these mountains are located, this park and everything is right there in Towns County. Hawaii is part of Towns County. And you read this right here. Just pause to read. You see that, right?
So it says Town County saw a sharp drop in black residents between 1900s and 1910 and had 0 African Americans within its border from 1920 to 1940. Oral evidence suggests the county seat of Hawaii had a reputation for violence against African Americans, partially after nightfall. Black residents did not account for even 1% of the residents in 2020 census.
It's not for us. And this march right here, that wasn't that long ago. This right here wasn't that long ago, but that is right there what's up in that county. And this is another reason. You see this?
So it was a brotherhood march up in the same county.
Map right here. This is the map of Georgia. Okay, this is the map of Georgia. And you see that name down there, the Southern Poverty Law Center. You know what type of groups that they track, right? Go look them up. But this right here is Georgia. I want you to notice 3 things on here. The number 24, the number 3, and the number 2. 24, 3, and 2. You see where they're located. That's at the top of Georgia right there, North Georgia. Now look at this map. You see right there where that red dot is? That right there is Hawaii, Georgia. That's where that park is. But right there in Bell Mountain, Towns County. You see it? Is it starting to make sense to you now? Is it starting to make a lot more sense? 24, 3, and 2. You see it. And then those straight lines right there, it tells you that it's all throughout the state of Georgia. All throughout. They're spread out sporadically. And the little dots right through here. But right there, you see where the 24, 3, and 2 is. You know, you see the 7, 2, and the 4 also. But those are how many groups are in that area. How many groups? Go look up the Southern Poverty Law Center. It'll tell you who they are. I showed you all that to say this right here. They didn't do that to themselves.
No, they
didn't do that to themselves. And plus, I put out a video a couple of weeks ago telling everybody and warning everybody what is to come, what people are out here doing, and how they are targeting us. Because they made it plain and simple, and they said it very loud. Also, let me say this. That Hawaii, Georgia is right there at the North Carolina line. There's a whole lot more groups on the other side of that line, right through there. Also on this line right here, too. But there's a lot more groups right there in North Carolina at that line. So the Lewis and the Bronner family, y'all need to get an independent investigator. You need to get an independent investigator to look at this because they're going to try to cover this up because they know what's down there. They know what they've been doing for years. And don't forget their reputation towards people that look like us. I hope the truth actually comes out because they're going to try to cover this up. I hope it comes out. These twin brothers had a flight booked for Boston at 7 a.m. last Friday.
Yeah, man. just like I thought, it's some BS. And I mean, you can't dispute facts and proof. And this is a known area that don't favor us. How did they go 90 minutes outside of where they were supposed to be? Like, this don't make no sense, except for what he's saying. So let me see what some of the people are saying. I'm so ashamed of Georgia. Prayers up. Prayers that they find who did this to these young men. Georgia is also where the black mom unalived at the sleepover, okay? With a group of white moms, Georgia investigators caught in an accident. And I remember when that happened. I can't remember her name. This is very confusing situation. It's no way they did this to themselves. And so, man, listen, this is the kind of stuff I was talking about that is going to be hiding. I mean, because of who's in office and who rocks with them. And so a lot more of these things are going to be happening, and they want to convince us that these people are doing this stuff to themselves. But like I said, if they don't have cell phone evidence, if they don't have any type of footage, just because they may have fired it, don't mean that they wasn't forced to do it with many weapons on them. If this is a known area to do this, I'ma believe exactly what is being thought here. Welcome in. Good morning to Lena. Thank you for coming in. She said, listening on my way at work. You have a great day at work today. This is work for me today. I think after I get off of this one, I'm going to talk about Naziah. So hopefully y'all got time to tune in. We might take a break in between. I'll see how we feeling. But GBI don't solve anything when it comes to things like that. How were they supposed to get to the airport? Let's start there. Right. Where are they from? Where's the airport? Where were they last seen? So many. Yeah, exactly. It'll take the family to probably talk to somebody other than the news, because they always going to just talk about the bare minimum, because the news go off of what the police tell them. So, and if they didn't get it verified from the police, they don't really want to talk about it. That's why you can go to the news and talk for an hour and have 1 minute, a short worth of conversation. The mountains in Georgia is where most of the racist people live. See? I know. I worked all over the state and all the southern states. Do not go to the mountains in Georgia, period. This is what they said. Wow. Never heard of any black unalivings in Georgia mountains. I have property there. Bet you will find out they were brought up there to make it look racial. Bet it won't be a white that did this. I ain't buying that one. But everybody had their opinions. Right now, we don't know what's going on. Somebody said, Ku Klux kiss ass. That's what they said. And this is Prophet PI on TikTok. Let's see. Because he said he talked about something else in Georgia. Let me see if I can find that. Let me go
But
back.
they never made their flight. And just 24 hours later, they were found deceased in Hawaii, Georgia, up there in Bell Mountain. The milk stinks and the water stinks.
They never made
These twin brothers had a flight booked for Boston at 7 a.m. last Friday, but they never made their flight. And just 24 hours later, they were found deceased in Hawaii, Georgia, up there in Bell Mountain. The milk stinks and the water stinks.
The milk stinks and the water stinks. Yeah, what y'all think about this, man? They need to get them phone records. Exactly. And that's what I'm saying. If they end up saying, oh, we don't have any phone records, or their phones are missing, or, usually that's what happened. They don't even have the stuff to investigate. But see, these people are powered right now. They powered. And it's disgusting, man. This is the kind of stuff that I don't like. Let's see what else we can find. All this dang on music, we ain't doing it, TikTok. I'm gonna be going live soon on TikTok, so if y'all over there, follow me. Make This Go Viral Crime Podcast. I am gonna be going live soon because I have over 6,000 followers and over 67K likes, and I've never even went live over there. I just post videos and leave. But yeah, we gonna see what it do. Hold on, because let me go back to where I was at. So I see that there's a GoFundMe. This is gonna be one of those that is gonna be hard to probably get help, answers, and everything. They know what it is. But how did they get there? Where were they taken from? Did they ever make it to the airport? I just have so many questions. And right now the family is probably cooperating, waiting to get the word from the police, and it'll be some stalling with that before they probably say anything. So they gotta, it is, justice is a process, but this one right here, just the fact that they saying that they did it to themselves is not good enough because it don't make sense. Okay, so let's go back. Let me go to, so this article is, hold on, this is coming from the Miami Herald. It says, a hiker finds the twin boys. Okay. Why did it take a hiker? Where was the people that live in the mountains at? Like, whose residence did it happen in front of? Like, what position were they in? Because we know the last case we covered over here talking about a suspicious unaliving, Javion McGee. And that's still not solved. We haven't heard the final word for that yet. And they want to tell us he did it to himself. Found him at the base of a tree while he's a truck driver who was delivering stuff. So if you are not familiar with Javion McGee, please check out that case as well. I have plenty of playlist. I have a playlist about it, and also interviewed his mom and his dad. Okay, so it says 2 men found fired on at the top of the Georgia mountain, unalived in a suspected whatever. Hikers discovered the bodies of twin brothers. Okay, Qadir Malik Lewis and Nazir Rahim Lewis on March 8th atop Bell Mountain. The 19-year-old siblings both had shots. So let's see. The town sheriff office was alerted to the unalivings just after 11 a.m. and asked the GBI to investigate. Authorities said the autopsies are pending. Yeah. Very, very interesting. Okay, and then let's see. So that one, let's read a more recent one, see if they came up with anything. And I'm wondering, I'm thinking that there hasn't been no type of press conference because I'm not seeing that. So this one is coming from 11 Alive. A mystery is unfolding on Bell Mountain in Towns County after the bodies of the twins brothers from Lawrenceville were discovered nearly 90 minutes from home. So it sounds like they probably didn't even make it to the airport. They probably was driving through them dang mountains on their way to the airport or something and got snatched. What vehicle was they in though? The GBI is initially treating it as we already know, but the family ain't buying it. They pushing back, saying that explanation don't add up. So Saturday morning, they was found Saturday morning by hikers at the summit of Bell Mountain near North Carolina border. The discovery came as a shock to their family, who had believed the twins were in Boston visiting friends at the time. So they literally thought they was there. What are the friends saying? Did they ever? Obviously, the friends didn't contact the family, but friends and friends don't always have families contact either. How close were these friends? We want answers. We want to know exactly what happened. So the twins were inseparable, very protective of each other. They said all that. The family said the brothers' plane tickets were found in their wallets on the mountain. It don't make sense. They don't even hike. GBI stated that their preliminary findings suggest that they did it to themselves. We knew right away this wasn't true, the family said, okay? GBI confirmed their autopsies have been completed. That's amazing how quick some autopsies get done and others don't. Like JVI McGee. Even though we know it's done. This is ridiculous, and I'm not confident that they'll find out what really happened, y'all. What y'all think about this so far? It gotta be more to it. Okay, so let me look somewhere else. Because right now, I mean, I'm not finding, I did just see some different pictures of them, but I'm not finding their social medias. Hold on. I bet they posted some. Who was the last person they talked to? Did they post? You know, when you on a road trip, most people post things. Like, hey, we on our way here. We on a trip. We this and that. You know, where are they phones? What is this one saying?
Oh. In Towns County, Georgia.
No, we ain't doing
this one.
Yeah, let me get off of TikTok because that's all they do is play music.
A mystery on
That's all they do. Let me go here. But what I'm trying to find right now is some people that possibly know them, because we already know we're not gonna get nothing from the news because that's all they saying. That's all they going by. And this is where it's very important for the family to speak out and let everybody know what's going on. What type of people were they? You know, besides what the news is saying, we need them to, you know, step outside of the news, because social media does make a difference. I'm sure that people are noticing that now. So we got to use it to its fullest potential. Man. Let's do this. I'm trying to see, why is it not? Give me a second, y'all. But please smack that thumbs up while I look for more stuff. Boy, oh boy, people talking about impeach Trump. We need to talk about that because there's a war going on right now that yeah, it's going on right now. Okay, hold on. See if they even talking about this. Yeah, I ain't finding it over here. Let's see if I could do. You know, another thing is upsetting is when they don't even dang, it's some other stuff going on in Georgia. Hold on. Daily rallies going on. Protesters demand new elections and release prisoners. That is not what we're looking for right now, but It's some other twins that they're showing, but it's babies. But this is actually older information, so I ain't gonna play that. Give me a second, y'all. Always pisses me off to see blacks graduate. Man, don't even come in here playing with me like that. Get out of my chat, for real. Let me come over here and put you out of your misery. Because that ain't something you could say just joking. Don't play with me like that. Go play in traffic. That ain't something you could say just joking. The fuck out of here. Now go joke somewhere else with your stupid ass. I don't like ignorance. It really pisses me off. But we gonna get back on track. Okay. Well, shoot. What is this? Let me pull this back up, y'all.
Passed right over the school at that moment. So when it was safe to leave, we got out on the streets, started driving around. We were told there was damage here at the Burton camp.
A mystery on Bell Mountain. The bodies of twin brothers found in Towns County near the North Carolina line, 90 miles from their home in Lawrenceville. The GBI initially investigating this as a murder-suicide, but tonight the family says they're not buying it. 11 Alive's Cody Alcorn spoke with them just a few hours ago. He's live for us in our newsroom with more on this investigation and what the family has to say, Cody.
Well, Jennifer, the brothers Kydir and Nazir Lewis were twins. The GBI says a hiker found their bodies at the top of Bell Mountain on Saturday morning. Let's see what this person is saying. Flight scheduled for 7 a.m. Okay, let me read this. It says a mystery surrounds the death of two twin brothers found in Georgia who missed their flight to Boston and were found deceased 90 miles from home. 19-year-old twins brother Qadir and Nazir were found deceased from gunshot wounds on the Summit Bell Mountain. A hiker discovered deceased bodies on Saturday, March 8th. Now, what day was it that, I wonder what day was it? How long did it take them to find them? A full 24 hours after they had missed so a full 24 hours after they had missed their flight, their scheduled flight. Their flight had been scheduled for 7 a.m. Friday morning. However, the tickets for that flight were found in their wallets. The GBI has stated their preliminary findings make them believe the deaths to be MS. This is a theory the twins family strongly dispute. The family said they were inseparable. Yeah. So it's just no information right now. Ain't nobody talking about this that I can find. I mean, we need to find their friends or something. They had to have talked to somebody. You know what I'm saying? Like along the way. Who don't do that? Where's their last picture? Who talked to them last? Let's see what this one is saying. Charlotte alerts. So it said the hiker radioed in emergency communication stating that two males have been fired on. Paramedics, mountain rangers, and police responded to the scene.
The plane tickets were found in their wallets. The case, was their wallets and identification found there too? I'm guessing. The case is still being investigated, and the cops say that it was that. The family and the twins dispute that claim. Yeah, come on. How they gonna say it was that? It will be whatever you want it to be. Get out of here. It's gonna be one of those, man. It's gonna be one of those. So, because MFs is ignorant on here for no reason. Exactly. Go play with somebody else. I don't know why people want to play like that. Ignorant. But that's the climate we in too. You know, a lot of these people is definitely powered, and we see it. Just like they did that, went to agitate that black neighborhood with the Nazi signs and all that crap. This is the kind of stuff that's gonna happen more. That happened more in 2020. And it's sad. But you definitely gotta be aware of this kind of stuff happening. And it's minimal information. There's no reason why it shouldn't be a press conference or something, some type of information besides that. You know, just giving more details about them. That's what I'm saying. That's what the family need to do. I'm sure the family probably did that right on that news that they was just on, and they didn't. They cut out half of the stuff that they said probably, because that's what they do. How do you end up in mountains and you supposed to be taking a flight? And if they were the flight was at 7 a.m., I wonder what time did they go there? If their flight was at 7 a.m., that will probably put them on the road like 4 o'clock in the morning, which is very dangerous hours. I bet you. See, I remember covering the Javion McGee case, and some of the truckers were calling in, and I never even thought about how dangerous truck driving is, but it very much is very dangerous for black people in trucking, because it's certain areas that is little hick towns, and they got like highway patrol doing work for them allegedly. I mean, this driver literally said that he was making a delivery, and it was starting to get dark, and they really be on that sundown time stuff. Don't get caught somewhere you ain't supposed to be after dark. That kind of 1900 type shit. So let me go over here because I ain't got time. But anyway, yeah, that kind of stuff happens. It never has stopped happening, and it sounds like it could be something like that going on. Until they can come up with some real information. You know, if they got cell phone evidence or something to prove that they did this, then that's one thing. But just to believe it just because they said it, nah, we ain't going. Because it happened too much. And we see what happened with Javion McGee. We see that they still have no one arrested for that when we know that it was foul play. According to his family, according to people that were there, the camera footage and all of that stuff that was found. So yeah, I know I don't know if y'all followed that case, but check out Javion McGee because his parents still need justice. But back to these truck drivers, it's a lot that happen on the road, and it's a lot of them that are end up unalived in their trucks and stuff like that, and never to be solved. It happens way more than you want to know. And these type of crimes actually are very hard for me to talk about. And they're the ones that you get the least answers for. It's the ones that they never come up with any footage. They never have solid information. The phones is gone or something. So we gonna see, we gonna see what they come up with. Please smack the thumbs up. It's 26 people in here with 14 thumbs up. So please smack the thumbs up. And I'm gonna go ahead and end it right now, because I mean, it ain't nothing to be found if nobody is talking about it. But like I said, this is developing. This is the early stages, and I'm hoping that the family will come out and let us know the details of what happened with their loved one. So when I end this one, another one is going to pop up, Naziah Harris. We're going to go on to that case. I'm not going to hold y'all any longer. Please be sure to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. But most of all, hit that like button. Please subscribe and press that notification bell and thumbs up. Please subscribe and press that notification. Thank you for sharing me. Thank you for sharing me. Thank you for sharing me. For sharing me. For sharing me. For sharing me. Thank you for so much. I'm gonna come right back live, y'all, so y'all can stay right here. Should pop up. We'll be right back, y'all.